signings, and congrats to Paul for his first con.
I popped my cherry at SexCon.
My question was for Kris. I wanted to see how you personally want Dyson's relationship to evolve with Bo and where you want to see it go.
You know, that's a tough one, because we don't, I know it's dependent on how long this show runs, you know, it's just like, you can do one more season or 2 more seasons or, 10? 10 good? Jeez.
10's a nice number.
It's a
double figures.
The problem with 10 is that Dyson is sort of immortal, right? And what happens when I start looking like an old fart? You know, I'm not sure. I want to see it come to a place of an interesting sort of closure. I don't want a stereotypical, oh, he chooses one or she chooses one over the other or anything like that. I think we're a forward-thinking show. We've broken, you know, we're going down new pathways, and I'm looking for a creative sort of or creative sort of culmination of all these interesting love triangles that we've been creating. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the writers and creators come up with.
Yeah, because we are on a really cool arc with Bo.
Yep.
You know, we're all on this journey with her so she finds out where she is, where she comes from, and what she's about. So, yeah.
It's going to be a big Fae orgy. That's what I'm guessing.
Okay, over here. Okay, so my question is for Kris. What was it like in the episode where you lost your love? What was it like to feel like no love for Bo?
Well, that was a tough one, because how do you play the absence of something? So for me, I kind of tried to create analogies of, you know, maybe it's like when you're deaf and you can still remember what music sounds like, but you can't hear it. And also just, does he know that it's gone, or is he guessing? And that was something that was actually kind of up for debate, because at first I was like, no, it's gone. No, it's like this big gaping hole of feeling inside of him. And then when Kiara was in, they were like, well, no, because then how do you justify going down there with Kiara? So it was like, all right, it was, you know, because sometimes in serial television, you have to constantly be kind of changing gears and adjusting to what the writers need you to do. You'll make a decision, and then you're like, oh shit, that's the wrong decision. I'll do this. So it kind of came down to that he didn't know, he wasn't 100% sure, and then it was playing this frustration of almost not being able to move or touch or, you know, feel. It was, my father had gone through a stroke, and he has aphasia, so I kind of drew on him where he can't communicate anymore. You know, he feels the language in his head, he knows what he wants to say, but it comes out garbled. And like just seeing the absolute frustration that causes him, that's kind of what I linked into for them.
And just to...
What's going on over here?
That was a tough episode, or not episode, a tough moment for everyone on set, because he would mope around. How do you play the absence of something? just do something, Jesus. Just mope around, you know?
Never bullshit.
Yeah. I kid you not. But he's
how you get into your character, right? You live it. What am I feeling? I don't know what I'm feeling. Why can't I feel it?
Even the sad
But when we did 303 and Hungry Like a Wolf, he was in the gay clubs till like 3 a.m. in the morning. Awesome!
That was all the off
All right.
Okay, next please.
T-shirt.
Hi.
Hello.
Since the powers that be are listening to you right now, because the Fae world and mythology is so vast, and there's always things that, you know, can be created, is there any type of mythology or character that you have not had on the show yet that you personally would like to do an episode of?
Casey Collins.
I would like a little bit more backstory / history on his family. You know, there's more. I would love a little bit more of that, because I think that could be really interesting. I think that's very deep. You know, there's his mother, there's, you know, of course we were introduced to,
Eugene?
no, my sister,
Erica.
Erica, yeah, it's Erica.
Love the actress.
Yeah,
she was
we need her back, absolutely. We need her back, I love her. She'd be great. But, yeah, so.
The history.
And then, she's an aggressive mix. Clans of more guys. Ladies.
Did we ever establish what Vex did to her as well?
Oh, wow, so we're gonna go
She
there.
gets around.
Oh, okay. Turn this. I get crazy up in here. Don't ask for it.
Oh, I know. You were seriously protected that episode. I was like, what? Little does everyone know that Casey Collins can actually kick everyone's ass on the show. Like, he used to box, he was a serious athlete, and like,
Yeah.
the man
Baseball
doesn't
player
have
too.
a 24 pack for nothing.
Now I'm washed up. I'm a washed up actor.
Boxed up, whatever. Watch that lightning right hook, it'll just take me out of nowhere. Oh, sorry, so
Yeah,
is
that's the question to answer.
Yes, sir. Is this question about our character, like, or just in general?
Well, you know, like there's something from mythology that you really liked and wanted to put in a story.
Well, since Casey made the precedent of just talking about himself, I'll talk about Dyson.
I am mythology.
I'd like to explore the shifter spirituality a little bit more because Dyson's not a werewolf, he's a shifter. And I've pulled from different things from that, and like so have other people in some of the fan fiction that's out there. Yes, that's you. So, you know, I've always kind of drawn more from a shamanistic idea of the shifter, and that, you know, pulled from different stories. Like, I used to love reading Robert Jordan. You guys read The Wheel of Time? Yeah. So the wolf spirituality in that, like when they go to the wolf world in the dream, Telenrod, or however you want to say it, that there's this immortal place where the wolf spirit goes, and I've always talked to them about. I gave him this idea about, you know, if we wanted to reset Dyson's love at some point, he could die and go into this wolf spirit world where he can come back from and be remade whole and so be able to love again. But of course, they didn't listen to me on that one. But anyway, J5, if you're listening, it's still a valid idea, okay? See, these people, they know it. So yeah, you know, that world, and, you know, the spirituality behind shifting, which I think is, you know, you're mixing animal with human or fae or whatever.
Okay. What if Hale was? What if his father was a siren? No, his mother was a siren, and his father was something else. Oh yeah. Right? Silence, you guys. I got you thinking. What if he was like a mixed breed of sorts? Give me a.
Somebody is
give me another
telling us
creature.
there's
Give me
10
another creature I
minutes
can mix
left.
him with. A centaur!
Well, he is on like a horse. Yeah, that was happening.
Okay.
He's actually blushing.
Okay, because Casey Collins is talking about himself again.
Talking about him.
Actually, I could kind of see Vex as a centaur in a way.
That's right.
I wouldn't mind it because I think it'd be really interesting to see those clans, and I think we see a lot of the Fae as individuals, but we don't necessarily see them as a group of people. So I thought it was always interesting if you have a clan of Mesmers, like if you have this group of Mesmers and they're I imagine that would be incredibly powerful, and we don't
Especially at a rave.
Imagine the drugs consumed. And I think that's an interesting thing that we've only really seen with the Red Caps. I think that they were like a clan of, you know, people, or the history of that kind of idea. We see everything as individuals, and I wouldn't mind seeing that played. And who knows, in season 4, maybe it happens.
I wish we had a way bigger budget so we could like shoot in Tokyo or like really blow the world out, you know, like get into different sort of nationalities and like really explore the world of the faith through not just our little colloquial
Yeah,
town.
just changing the dial into like,
Yeah,
different.
there's so much potential, but unfortunately, it's like, yeah, whatever. Indiegogo couldn't.
Yeah.
And by the way, thank you for all you people who have supported all of the various projects that we've reached out through Indiegogo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers, thank you.
Sex After Kids, and crap like that.
Okay, let's see if we can get another question, Kevin.
Hi, okay, just mic check there. One of you on the stage, I believe, played in a recent movie called Under. And,
Yes, I did.
think it was, in that movie, you played a werewolf. Do you, and this goes for everybody on the panel. No, yeah, do you worry about getting typecasted?
I am now. Underworld came about in between season 1 and season 2, and I've always loved that franchise. I really enjoyed 1 and 2. And when the audition came along, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. We just finished season 1 of Lost Girl. I had no idea how far it would go or that this would all happen. And turns out I have a pretty damn good skill set for playing werewolves. So it was literally 2 Swedish directors who had no idea what Lost Girl was. And I wolfed out for them, and they were like, whoa, Hans, Mons, ja. And I apologize to all the Swedish people. But literally, they were like, wow, that was really good wolfing out. And they like just hired me on the spot. And like, so I'm doing my wolf thing on set, and one of the other American producers comes in and he's like, have you done this before? And he had this look at his eye like, yeah, exactly, what's going on here? Because you're too good at this to just show up and do it. And I can see the wheels turning in his head. He's like, what other sort of cross-platforms am I going to have to deal with here? But yeah, no, unfortunately it all worked really well. The timing, like season 2 came out a little bit later, and so the movie was out, and they weren't wise to my little pre-workout here on Lost Girl until it was too late. And I don't know if they'll bring Quinn back from the genetic little bits of him that are spread around that garage. But if they did, I would do it again. Because it's fun to be a bad wolf. A big bad wolf. Really, really big. Too big. Crazy big.
Erica?
Okay.
Uh-oh, I remember you.
Yeah, out of everybody on the cast, who do you get along with best when you're not filming?
Oh God, we're a really tight crew, man. There's really no favoritism. Like,
Amos,
Kris dropped off a vacuum cleaner at my house, so we get on pretty well.
and it wasn't my Dyson vacuum cleaner. Yeah, that one I keep for myself. It's like, it's schedule dependent, like,
Yeah,
Casey and I hang out when we can.
Yeah, when we hit the club with Ksenia.
Yeah, oh, that was fun.
Oh, yeah. That was great.
And Ksenia and Anya, they live in LA most of the time, so we don't get to see them except for when we're shooting. And when we're shooting, we're so damn busy that we don't really go out that much. Paul has just moved into my neighborhood, so him and I, we both have children about the same age, so we've become sort of
Actually, it's quite sweet because my daughter, who's just over 2.5, and your son, who's what, 5.5, their birthdays are like a day apart.
Exactly.
And my daughter, she keeps coming up. She says, "It's Skylar, who is Kris's son." She goes, "He's my prince."
That's true. And my son goes, "Eloise who?"
But like in 15 years' time, he'll be like, "Can you hook up a date with me for that Eloise girl? She's blonde and attractive."
They're gonna be making out in the bunk bed. It's gonna be like, we're gonna be drunk downstairs going, "How are they doing that?"
Do you remember Lost Girl?
So you need to check with everybody who's gonna walk in on them. We know the plan. So yeah, no, it's a really great community of people.
Yeah, and we also get, it's kind of cool because we're around each other a lot. So, spin-off projects that we had or things that we want to do is because we're generally on the same schedule. We're kind of hanging around a lot, so it's nice to be able to create with people outside of law school as well. So, you know, with Zoe and Kris, we worked on a couple of other projects, and
Yeah, we're thinking of creating we have created a theater company.
yeah, theatre company too. Yeah.
We'll start doing some theater in Toronto, and if you guys all want to come up,
Yeah.
and do some fun theater.
When will you start that, do you think?
We're going to do it in March next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in
Great.
Toronto. So it'll be Zoe, Greg Brick.
Greg Brick from Bitney, who's a new show that'll be coming up,
Yeah, with
who's
Zoe.
also playing a werewolf.
Yeah, that was
And he's going to do exceptionally well. Yeah.
So yeah, it should be fun. So we can start doing some theatre.
Paul's going to drink.
And Paul's a
All
mean
right.
cook as well, so
Paul's a kick-ass cook.
mean cook. So
I think we
He's
have
giving
time
you all
for one
dinner.
more question.
Yeah.
One more question over here, yes. Right there.
I was just wondering, and this is open to anyone who wants to answer, but what is the best bit of advice you've gotten as actors that you've been able to apply to your roles on the show?
Don't give up. Oh, to the show. Sorry.
Could you repeat that question because I'm slow and I.
What is the best bit of advice that you have been given?
Thank you for treating me like somebody dumb. Finally, can you all do that in future? Just talk very slowly to Paul Amos. He's dumb.
But unfortunately not mute.
Oh, I just realized that I came out. I'm British, sorry, we didn't say.